Welcome to this episode of Robert's Creative Chronicles. So today, we'll be solving this question, which states that perform 3 iterations of the Bairstow method to extract a quadratic factor x squared plus px plus q from the polynomial using initial approximations. These are the 2 initial approximations. So solution. So Bairstow's method uses synthetic division, but the division algorithm in this Bairstow's method is double-rolled. Then it uses Horner's scheme. So that double-rolled division algorithm is known as Horner's scheme. So the general formula for Bairstow's method, there are 2. The first one is pk plus 1, pk minus bn cn minus 3 minus bn minus 1 cn minus 2 over cn minus 2 square minus cn minus 3, then you open bracket, cn minus 1 minus bn minus 1. Then this is for p, and then for q, qk plus 1 is equals to what? Qk minus bn minus 1, open bracket, cn minus 2 minus bn minus 1 minus bn cn minus 2 divided by the same denominator. So they are both sharing the same denominator. So you only have to memorize this and this, the numerators. So then if you memorize one denominator, that's all for both of them. Square minus cn minus 3, cn minus 1 minus bn minus 1. That's all. So whereby k is equals to 0, 1, 2 to infinity for both of them. So now we'll now start the division. So now we're going to write p naught and q naught here. So here we'll times p naught by negative. So this becomes what? 0.9. P naught becomes 0.9. Since if you times it by negative to give you 0.9, then q naught. Then q naught becomes negative 0.9 because we are multiplying both by negative. So now we'll write all the coefficients of the equation here. So this is x3, x2, x1, and x0. So we'll start. So here will be what? 1. Here will be 1. Then here will also be 1. Here will be negative 1. And here will be 2. So this is 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, and 2. So now we'll bring down this one. So this one will come down here. So when this one will bring down this one, we'll say 1 times the first one, 0.9, which is what? 0.9, and we'll write it here. Then we'll add these 2. This becomes 1.9. Then we'll say now that there are 2, our work begins. So we'll say this first one times this first one, then this second one times this second one. So it will be 1.9. It's like you marry this and this together. You see how they are like this and like this. So this times the down one, this times the up one. So 1.9 times 0.9. So this 1.71. So here will be what? 1.71. Then 1 times this is what? It's negative 0.9. So it will be 1. Then you add them. So 1.71 minus 1 minus 0.9. This is negative 0.19. Negative 0.19. Then in the same way, these 2 and these 2. So it will be negative 0.91 times what? 0.9. This is what? negative 0.171. Then this one times this one. This is negative 1.71. Negative 1.71. Then you add them, plus negative 0.171 plus 2 is 0.119. 0.119. So in the same way, we are going to bring these two down here. So it will be 0.9, negative 0.9. So we'll bring this one also down. So 1 times this becomes what? 0.9. Then you add them. So it will be 1.9 plus 0.9, which is what? 2.8. So this is 2.8. So we'll say 2.8 times 0.9 is 2.52. So we'll write 2.52 here. Then this times this is what? Is negative 0.9. So it will be 2.52 minus 0.9 minus 0.19. So this becomes 1.43. So we write 1.43 here. Then 1.43 times 0.9 is 1.287. 1.287. Then this times this, so it will be 2.8 times 0.1, negative 0.9 is negative 2.5. So this is negative 2.52. Then this plus 1.287 plus 0.119 is negative 1.114. So now we will apply this formula, these two formulas. Now from the polynomial, n, what is n? N is the highest power of this polynomial, which is 3. 3. So, and we are going to substitute k is equals to 0 in this one. So this becomes what? P1 is equals to P0 or P0 minus what? This becomes what? Bn is what? N is what? 3. So it's B3, C, 3 minus 3 is 0, minus B2, C what? 3 minus 2 is 1, over what? 3 minus 2 is what? C1 square, minus C0, C2, minus B2. And this one becomes what? Q1 is equals to Q0 minus this B, 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is what? Is 2. Then this is what? C what? C1 minus B2 minus B3 C1 over this C1 square minus C0 C2 minus B2. So now we can substitute the values. P1 now becomes what? And you know that this one and this one is constant for all the iterations, because we don't need to resubstitute it here. This, since n is the same, so this n is the same in the, we are using the same equation, and n is 3 in all in the equation. So this one and this one, they are both constant for both equations, but not P1 and P0 and Q1 and Q0. These two, they are not constant. The next one will be P2 is equals to P1, Q2 is equals to Q1, but this and this sign, this everything from this sign, negative this and negative this, they are constant in all the 3 iterations. That is this formula. But these values will be different. The values of B3 will be different each, and C0 and likewise others. So this becomes what? P0 is what? From the equation, P0 is negative 0.9. Negative 0.9 minus, this is what? What is B3? This is, this is B0, B1, B2, this is B3. So B3 is what? 0.119 times C0. C0 is this one. Minus what? What is B2? B0, B1, B2. B2 is what? Negative 0.19 times C1. This is C0, C1. Over what? C1 square. What is C1? C0. This is C1. C1 square minus what's C0? This is C0. 1. Then C2. What's C2? C1. This is C0, C1, C2. C2 minus B2. This is B2. So it will be plus 0.19. So this becomes what? This minus 0.9 minus 0.119 times 1. This becomes plus. So I write plus 0.19 times 2.8 over 2.8. This is 2.8 square minus 1.43 plus 0.19. So this is what? Minus 1.0047. This minus 1.0047. That's P1. For Q1, Q0 is what? Q0 is 0.9. It will be 0.9 minus B2. This is B0, B1, this is B2. So it's minus, this minus 0.19 minus 0.19. Then what is C1? C0 is C1. 2.8 minus what's B2? B1. This is B2. B2 is what? This is negative, negative, so it's plus 0.19. Then minus what's B3? B0, B1, B2. This is B3. 0.119 times what's C1? C0, C1. 2.8. Then divided by this is same thing, so it's 2.8 square minus 1.43 plus 0.19. So this divided by is only here, it's only this term and this term. This one is on its own, separate. So it will be what? 0.9 minus negative 0.19, 2.8 plus 0.19 minus 0.119 times 2.8 over 2.8 square minus 1.43 plus 0.19. So this is what? 1.0449. So here Q1 is equal to 1.0449. So here is Q1. 1.0449. So here is Q1 and here is P1. So we have done the first iteration. Let's do the second iteration. So now in the same way, we are going to write P1 and Q1 here, but we are going to multiply them with minus first. So minus times this is what? 1.0047. Then minus times this is negative 1.0449. So in the same way, we are going to bring down the coefficients here. So it will be what? 1, 1, negative 1, and 2. So these are the coefficients of x. So we'll bring down this 1. So 1 times the first one is what? 1.0047. Then we'll add this. This becomes 2.0047. Then now we'll multiply this by this and this by this. So it will be 2.0047 times 1.0047. 2.0141. So it's 2.0141. Then here is negative times this, so it's what? Minus 1.0449. Then you add everything. This negative 1, negative 1.0449 plus 2.0141. Well, this is negative 0.0308. So this is negative 0.0308. Well, this multiplies by the first one, 1.0047. This is negative 0.0309. Then this multiplied by this, 2.0047 multiplied by minus 1.0449. Now this negative 2.0947. And then we'll add this 2 minus 0.0309 minus 2.0947. Well, this is what? Minus 0.1256. So then, next, we're going to bring down this one again. So it will be 1 times this is what? 1.0047. And we're going to add this together. 2.0047 plus 1.0047. So this is what? 3.0094. So this times. So let's also write this here. It will be 1.0047 negative 1.0449. So I will not need to be using here. I can use here. And this one, let's put it down instead of here. So this one will come down here. And we'll plot this down. So then we have added this. So we'll times this by this now. So it will be 3.094 times 1.0047. So this is 3.0235. 3.0235. Then this times this is what? It's negative 1.0449. So it will be 0, then we'll add this. Then it will be negative 0.0308 plus 3.0235 minus 1.0449. So it will be 1.9478. So now we times this by this. So it will be this times 1.0047. This is 1.9570. This 1.9570. Then this times this 3.0094 times minus 1.0449. And this is negative 3.1445. Negative 3.1445. This is negative 0.1256 plus 1.9570 minus 3.1445. So this is what? This is negative. So this is negative 1.3131. So now we have done the table. Now we can apply these two formulas. So here easily will be P1 is equals to, there's no need to rewrite these formulas. The only thing that will change is P2. So now this P1 will turn to what? P2. Because now we are substituting K is equals to 1. So it will be 1 plus 1, which is 2, is equals to what? Here will be P1. So we will write P1. Where is P1? P1 now is this. So we're going to write this. So here instead of P naught to be P1, so it will be negative 1.0047 minus this. So what is B3 here? B3 is what? This B naught, B1, B2, B3. This is B3. So this is B3. So it will be what? Negative 0.1256 times B2 times C naught. This is C naught times 1 minus what's B2? B naught, B1, B2. This is B2 minus 0.0308. Then B2 times C1. This is C naught, C1. It will be 3.00. So 3.0094. Then this divided by what's C1? C naught, C1 square. This C1 square minus C naught. This is C naught. Open bracket C2 minus B2. So this is C2, C naught, C1, C2. This 1.9478 minus B2, B naught, B1, B2 is okay directly above it. It will be plus 0.0308. Negative 1.0047 minus 0.1256 times 1 minus 0.0308 times 3.0094. Then 3.0094 square minus 1.9478 plus 0.0308. So this is equals to negative 1.0001. Approximately negative 1.0001. So this is the value of P2. Let's find Q2. So Q2 will be what? This Q1 minus then we'll use this formula. This will be what? This will be B2 This is B0, this is B0, B1, this is B2. So it will be B2 then C1 minus B2. So C1 is what, this C0, this C1 minus B2. So it will be plus 0.0308 then minus B3 C1. So minus B3 C1. What's B3? B0, B1, B2. This is B3. So it will be plus 0.1256 then C1, this C1 times 3.0094 divided by this. So it will be what? 3.0094 square minus 1.9478 plus 0.0308. This is 0308. So now we can readjust this. So this becomes what? 1.0449. Then there's minus. Then this becomes what? To be negative 0.0308 times, which is this 3.0094 plus 0.0308 then plus 0.1256 times 3.0094 0094. Then we'll delete all these ones. So now this is equals to 1.0047. So this is equals to 1.0047. So this is the value for P2 and this is the value for Q2. We have done the second iteration. Now we can move to the third and final iteration. Now we are going to do the third and final iteration. We will write P2 and Q2 here, but then before that we'll multiply them by negative. So here becomes 1.0001. Then here is negative 1.0047. Likewise here. So now we'll write the coefficients down. This coefficient 1, 1, negative 1 and 2. So we'll write 1, 1, negative 1 and 2. So now we'll bring down this one. Then 1 multiplied by this is what? 1.0001. Then this, then we'll add this. This becomes what? 2.0001. So then this multiplied by this, 2.0001 multiplied by 1.0001 is what? 2.0003. What is 2.0003? Then this times this is what? Negative 1.000047. 1.00047. This is 47. Then Then we'll add this. So this becomes negative 1.0047. Then plus 2.0003. This becomes what? There will be two zeros before this 4, so it will be 0044. Negative 0.0044. Since we are moving 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Then this times the first one, so it's what? Negative 0.0044 also. Then this times this one, 2.0001 times negative 1.0047 is negative 2.0095. So we'll add this 2 minus 0.0044 minus 2.0095. This is negative 0.0139. Then the same way we are going to bring down this one. So 1 times this is what? 1.0001. Then we're going to add this. This is what? 3.0002. Then this one times this one is 3.0005. Then this one times this one is what? Negative 1.0047. This 1.9914. Then this 1.9914 times this one is 1.9916. Then this times this one is what? This is negative 3.0143. So we'll add this. This is negative 1.0366. So we can now apply the iteration. So now this one will be what? P3. So now P3 will be equal to what? P2. So this is P2, negative 1.0001 minus so it will be what? B3 C naught. B3 C naught. So where is B3 here? B naught, B1, B2, B3 minus 0.0139 times C naught minus B2 C1 B naught, B1, B2 C1 divided by C1 square minus C naught C2 minus B2 C2 minus B2 to become plus. So now let's put this in the calculator. minus 1.0001 minus is negative 0.0139 times 1 minus 0.0044 times 3.0002 and 0002 square minus what? 1.9914 plus 0.0044. So this is equals to negative 1.0000. So this equals to negative 1. So this equals to negative 1.0000. Then Q3 is equals to what? It's equals to Q2, which is 1.0047 minus which one? Minus B2, C1 minus B2 minus B2, B not B1, B2. Then C1 minus B2. This is C not C1, C2. This is C not C1. So this is it. C1 minus what? Minus B2. Minus this B2. It will be plus. Then minus B3 C1. Right? Minus B3 C1. So this is what? B not B1, B2, B3. Then C1. This is not C1. Then divided by what? This 3.0002 square minus 1.9914 plus 0.0044. So we'll put this in the calculator now. So this becomes what? You can just substitute it here. 1.0047 minus what? Minus 0.0044, 3.0002 plus 0.0044. Then minus 0.0139 times 3.0002. Then same denominator. So this equals to what? This equals to 1.0006. So Q3 equals to 1.0006. So P3 is negative 1 and Q3 is positive 1. So, but the question says that perform 3 iterations of the Bairstow method to extract a quadratic factor x squared plus px plus q from this polynomial. So we have to extract this quadratic factor. So p now will be equals to p3 and q will be equals to q3. So when we substitute it, we will say therefore the extracted quadratic factor is, so the equation says that x squared plus px plus q. So now it will become x squared. P now will be equals to this, which is what? Negative x, because this is negative 1 times x, which is negative x. Then q now will be this one. So it's what? Plus 1.006. We can also round it up, we can also approximate it. So this now becomes, x squared minus x plus 1, since this can be approximated to 1. So this is it. This is the extracted quadratic factor. I hope you understood this episode. If you have any question, feel free to contact me using my WhatsApp or email written in the description below, or you can write them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to get notified as soon as I drop a new video. Thanks.